Welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. I am out here at the United Food Bank, and with me is Shayna, and she's going to tell me a little bit about your guys' mission.
Sure, yeah. So United Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. It's our mission to unite communities to alleviate hunger. And so we do that working with community members who are supporters, businesses, food manufacturers. Lots of different groups come together to make sure that our neighbors have the food that they need.
Okay, and so tomorrow is World Hunger Day. Can you talk to me a little bit about what is food insecurity and what is like an example of that in Arizona?
Sure, yeah. So food insecurity is where people don't have access to nutritious meals reliably. So a lot of people think about, world hunger. Obviously, that's a global problem, and there's millions of people who don't have access to food. But here in Arizona, there's over 1 million people who don't have access to food. And so that's 1 in 7 people, and we know that's a serious problem, and there's lots of things that contribute to that. But it's really the work that we do with our community members just to make sure that nobody's in that situation. So in Arizona, that could look like seniors who are making decisions between medication and food purchases, and we just don't want people to be in that position. A lot of times that's working families. Maybe they are working. It could be even 2 parents working, and that's still not enough to really make ends meet. And so we just don't want people to have to make those kinds of difficult decisions, and so we just want to make sure that people have access to that food.
And so what are some ways that you guys are helping alleviate hunger here in Arizona?
Sure, yeah. So every single month we have volunteers that come out to our volunteer center. They pack emergency food bags, so that's what we're looking at right here. We pack 40,000 of these a month, and so these have everything like non-perishable items, shelf-stable items, so that people can make meals at home. So last month we worked with our agency partners, so those are other nonprofits that we deliver food to, and then they distribute that to the neighbors who need it. So last month over 127,000 people visited one of those partners in order to get food. So the need is growing, we know that, and it's a real concern here in Arizona, and so we just want to make sure that people have access to this, and so that's what we're doing every single day. We rescue food from grocery stores as well to get that food to people.
And so that was already a number that was during school. Yeah. We are approaching summer, it's getting hot, kids are getting out of school, maybe parents aren't with a job. What is the need you guys are going to be seeing coming into the summer?
Sure. Yeah, so summers are notoriously difficult for food banks. A lot of people think about food banks during the holiday season, so the shelves run dry in the summer. As you mentioned, it's also a really challenging time for families. The kids are home from school, so they may not be getting all the access to the school meals, but also you have to entertain the kids when they're at home. There's other activities and things they want to do. Maybe you don't have the daycare that you did before. Electric bills are going up, so there's lots of things that make that a little bit more challenging in the summer. And so we have our Summer of a Million Meals campaign that we do every year. And so if you go to unitedfoodbank.org or azmillionmeals.org, you can learn more about that. And we do that every single year just to make sure that kids have the food that they need and that families can enjoy the summer and not be burdened by that.
And so if someone is not necessarily in need but wants to help someone who's in need, donate, volunteer, where can they go to help pack these, donate food, everything of that sort?
Yeah, so you can always visit our website, unitedfoodbank.org. There's a Get Involved tab there that will have opportunities for volunteering as well as donating. You can also just advocate, let people know about hunger in our community. So a lot of people don't know the challenges that people face, and so just being that voice and spreading awareness is also super helpful. I'd also encourage people to look at their local food pantries. A lot of times they need volunteers, and those are smaller nonprofits, and you can really do direct service right there in your community. So I'd encourage folks to look into that as well.
And one more time, what was the website people can go to?
unitedfoodbank.org.
Perfect. And as always, you can go to the cw7az.com for more information.
Thank you.